We are red. Red, of course, is on.
Okay, good evening and welcome to the Selectmen meeting of Thursday, April 18th, 2019. If we could all stand and say pledge allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so tonight we have a very short meeting with the non-public personnel. We're going over to the awards ceremony for the fire department, which is being held at the Pines.
Before you go non-public, I have a quick thing I'd like to do.
Sure. Okay, so we got the pledge of allegiance. Peter?
Tilton Farmers Market would like to put up a banner announcing their time, location up by the Island Park, and I forget if there was a second location. Currently, they're going to be Thursdays 3 to 6. We're going to start June 13th through October 10th, and it's going to be in the parking lot over at St. Mary's, the church on Chestnut Street.
Mm-hmm. So the banner would be on the rail up by the island, is that it, or is it?
One up there, and I forget if there was going to be a second one. I can get you that location also.
On the railing when it goes up over by the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we see other banners announcing things like Old Home Day and what have you, that's all.
Who's running this?
Tilton's running it right now. Got it all set up.
Compass Classical Academy.
Yep.
Non-profit, right? I mean, it's just organized.
Well, you have a church and a school, so yeah.
And it gives local vendors who make their own stuff an outlet on a regular basis. I would be in favor of doing that. I'd still like to know where the second banner is proposed, not across the statue.
No, it's...
But I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it may have been just one. I'm having a brain cramp right now.
Anything that brings commerce to the town, downtown.
I'm all for that. And they've got parking and everything.
Yep.
I'll make the motion that we approve the Tilton's Farmers Market to put a banner up at the railing by the entrance to the island.
Yeah. And if I get a second location, I'll come back.
And then a second location, we'll talk about that. So that's just for that one banner at this time.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I do have a little discussion. This farmer's market, as long as the vendors are making stuff and selling stuff, that they don't need a vendor's permit, right? But if they do, if there's a food cart or something like that, well, I don't know if even a food cart's an example of that. Somebody selling Yankee candles or whatever, they would need a vendor's license.
This is going to be farmer's market like you have in Laconia.
As long as all the...
Well, or a farmer's market.
All
And
the
it's through,
proper...
and it's through Department of Agriculture, so.
Yeah, as long as all the
The
proper
agricultural
licensing is there, I'm good.
From Hawk, isn't that?
Okay, so we had a motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Okay, so I'm going to make a motion that we go into non-public as per RSA 91A:3, paragraph 2A, the dismissal, promotion, or compensation of any public employee or the disciplining of such employee or investigation of any charges against him, unless the employee affected, 1, has the right to a meeting, and 2, requests that the meeting be open, in which case the request shall be granted. Roll call vote? We need a second. Second? We have a second from Catherine.
Constantino, yes.
Dawson, yes.
Fogg, yes.
Jessamine, yes?
And Scanlon, yes.
We even did it in order that time, that's great.
We did that.
We are red, red is on. At this time I'd like to make a motion.
Before you make a motion, just a quick question. for the-
Ceiling.
Seal minutes?
Oh, sorry.
At this time, I would like to make a motion to seal the minutes of the non-public session as they pertain to personnel issues permanently.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So moved. And one more.
Just very quickly, you all saw the letter I sent from MC&G, and I wanted to see if you were interested in having me schedule Mr. Cropsey to come and meet with the selectmen, probably your first Thursday in May. Have a discussion with him about his letter.
I do.
Yes.
I need to comment on that. That's up to the park commissioners, is it not? We're talking about parking for Riverfront Park.
Why, the park commissioners do not own Riverfront Park.
The park commissioners were given the authority to take care of all those matters which pertain to the parks, except for purchasing property.
Then I make a motion that we revoke the authority to the Parks Commission.
Are you
Yeah.
prepared to take over all those responsibilities?
I'm sorry, those kinds of responsibilities right now that we're dealing with the whole Cropsey incident, I don't feel is in the realm of the Parks Commission. I think it's in the realm of the Board of Selectmen, and it has been in the realm of the Board of Selectmen for a lot of years. We've dealt with it.
And you've never done that?
No, the selectmen punted, they never signed the agreement.
Okay,
Board of
hold on a
Selectmen-
second. We have a property owner, a business owner that would like to come and talk to the selectmen. Can we at least do that and then move from there?
It's not
I-
going to
I
matter,
think
John,
that we
because they're
need-
going to select on
Hang-
this one.
I think that we need to let those that we gave the charge to do their role, do their job. We are constantly interfering in those we give responsibility to, employees, boards, commissions, and here we go again. We're assuming, and you just made the comment, Pat, that the park commissioners were incapable. I think that's pretty
Okay.
Say
condescending.
capable.
This board has met how many times and has never come to an agreement? Never.
So, I
So
think.
why are you usurping the authority given to the park commission?
And the Park Commission has come to an agreement with Cropsey towing the vehicles too?
Wait a minute.
How is that coming to an agreement?
Wait, hold on, let's step back. Did we have a motion there?
And it was not seconded.
There is a motion on the
Okay, and what
floor.
was the motion, and let's make sure we stick
Which
to
one?
discussion on that, that Joe made a motion, right?
I made a
No,
motion.
Pat made the
The
motion.
motion on the floor was to
Pat,
It wasn't
could you
seconded.
please-
take
could
the
you please
authority away
repeat?
from the park commissioners.
Was our motion before, oh, there was just
We gave the Park
question.
Commissioners autonomy,
Let me
but I
just
wanted to take it
clarify this,
away.
because we're starting to go different directions, I think,
Right.
and so let's
It
back
wasn't
up.
seconded.
Jeannie,
So I
You
asked the
asked.
question, Ms. Cropsey was in today, he sent a letter, he wanted to talk with the selectmen. I asked you, would you like me to set something up for the first week in May at your regularly scheduled selectmen's meeting to talk with Mr. Cropsey?
and so reiterate, there's a question on who's in charge of that, but, so we could meet with Mr. Cropsey, but we may not have any type of jurisdiction on it. And my
It'd be
thought,
very embarrassing if you meet with them and two people
And
of the
my-
Board of Selectmen end up dismissing everything that we tried to do.
And there you go. We tried to do. Why is the Board of Selectmen
See?
doing this?
So why
the
invite him
question
if
is,
we can't
are we
agree
going
on
to
doing
allow
anything?
a business owner in this town to come before us with something he would like to discuss with us?
You
And-
can word it any way you want, but it's the same thing in my book. You're not letting those you've given some authority or responsibility even, to take that responsibility and deal with it.
Time to take the
I'm going to make a
authority.
motion that we allow Mr. Cropsey to come in and to just talk to us on that date.
John, it's not going to make any, you're going to embarrass Mr. Cropsey if you bring him in here and do that.
it's a business owner that would like to talk to the Board of
I
Selectmen.
totally agree with you.
And that's my motion. If anybody wants to second it, if nobody agrees, then don't second
Well,
it.
I'll second it, but it's gonna be embarrassing, because they're not gonna agree on it.
Oh, I would think that you could have that conversation with him, hear what he has to say, and you could either do that in person, or we could just send a letter back saying it's not within the select board's, this time, purview to deal with this issue, you need to deal with the park commission. You could do that in a conversation with him if
The
you
Board of
want.
Selectmen, the town of Tilton owns that park. It should be under the purview of the Board of Selectmen.
But if it's not now.
But it's not.
So, right now.
Well, then
I'm
we
just-
should make a motion to let it be. We do everything else is, the highway department's doing everything else now to it. We might as well put it under the Board of Selectmen's purview.
Go for it, because you can set up everything the Parks does,
Yeah,
because the
go ahead.
board,
If
the
you
board
want.
will quit on the spot.
If you want all that,
If you want it, take
you've got
it.
all that time to take care of everything else the park commissioners do, and since you don't realize what that is.
I
I'd
don't
be
realize
careful.
what it is, but when it comes into legalities like that, when people are threatening to legal
Wait a second.
action, we need to step in, and you're not allowing that.
Okay, so we have a motion, we
I'm not
have a
disallowing
second.
it. I'm telling you, let the park
I think-
commissioners take care of their job.
Why don't we vote on that motion?
So
And
John
it's-
made the motion, Joe seconded,
No, we do.
No, Pat,
oh, Pat did,
For what?
to have Mr. Crosby.
allow Mr. Cropsey to come before us and as selectmen and
Pat
whatever he
seconded it.
wishes.
I seconded it.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Anything directly with that? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Nay,
So moved. So from there, we tell Mr. Cropsey,
That he needs to deal directly with the park commissioners.
Shameful. Absolutely
okay,
shameful.
so that's,
You cannot come to a resolve on this. Absolutely disgusting.
Okay then, motion to adjourn?
second.
all those in favor say aye.
I know what Jim said was gospel, Pat, and there couldn't be anything contrary.
Absolutely.
And do you notice the sign at the entrance?